My name is Janine Couchman. My husband and I have been leading the Global Leadership Network in South Africa for the past 20 years. In 2005, we pioneered the Global Leadership Summit in South Africa. I immediately resonated with the Women Leaders Network, and I knew that there's definitely a place for that in our country. I've always had a heart for women and seeing them lead with their leadership gifts and where God has called them to be. So in South Africa, historically, we've had serious gender inequality. So it is absolutely imperative right now that if our society is to move forward, if we are to make a meaningful impact and see a difference in our country, we definitely have to include women at the table. We definitely have to educate women to get to that level so that there will be accountants and lawyers and doctors and anaesthetists and you name it. If women were given more opportunities to lead, the world would be a different place. The goal of the Women Leaders Network is for small groups of women to create community, to gather together, inspire one another. We'll learn, grow, and listen to a local speaker. We would listen to a GLS speaker. And through this, women will be encouraged to put their hand up and to say, yes, I will step up and I will step forward into a leadership role. And not to shrink back, but rather to go for it. Because oftentimes they think, well, I can't do it because I'm a woman, or they feel inferior because they're a woman. One of the reasons why I think the Women Leaders Network small gatherings work well is because they are intimate. It gives women the opportunity to form close relationships, to help one another, to offer advice, to give coaching and counsel, and that's where the mentorship can take place. As we discuss the content that we receive and the content that we hear, we will be able to gain insights from all the different cultures that will be represented at the tables. So I really am excited to see what God has planned through these small cohorts that are going to be starting all over the country as He has ordained for such a time as this. We are pioneering this movement by just inviting women to an event that I've organized. They're coming to hear about what the Women Leaders Network is all about. So thankfully, the brand of the Global Leadership Summit is helping me to make that happen. So I'm very thankful for that. One of the limitations has been that these venues all want a venue fee to hold the event at their venue. They want fees to use their projectors, their sounds, for a room there, and of course there is no budget for that right now. But one of the things that we will do with funds that we do raise and when a budget is made available is we'll be able to find bigger and better venues where women will be able to gather. We'll be able to create new resources, and then of course we'll be able to invite emerging leaders, women who have got no access to resources whatsoever. That could be women in a township. It could be struggling businesswomen, but we could invest in them and we could bring them alongside us so that they too could be raised up and released into leadership. So as one of many women around the world, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the Global Leadership Network and its donors for your contributions to enable us to do what God has called us to do. We want to see women being appointed in greater levels of leadership, being advocates for others, and being women on mission.